Star Wars Outlaws releases next week, which means that there is still time to pre-order the game if you want to play it on day one. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the differences between the Standard Edition, Gold Edition and Ultimate Edition, but also whether or not you should actually pre-order it. But before I get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on to stay fully up to date with all things Star Wars Outlaws and Star Wars gaming. So I'm going to start off with whether or not you should actually pre-order the game, and ultimately that is completely up to you. Many people online will be saying, oh, you should never pre-order a game day one, this, that and the other, and oftentimes those opinions will sway other people from pre-ordering, but ultimately I really don't think you should let anyone else's opinions get the better of yourself. If you are excited for the game and you want to play it on the release date, then there is absolutely no problem with you releasing it day one. Everyone has a conspiracy theory as to why you shouldn't pre-order day one, this, that and the other, but I honestly find them really silly most of the time. So whether or not you should pre-order it is just down to you. I totally understand if you don't want to pre-order the game. If you want to see how it is first of all from a gameplay perspective, maybe a story perspective, or you want to make sure there are as little bugs and glitches as possible based on people's playthroughs, then that is totally understandable. But if you're not pre-ordering the game but you will get it at some point, but you're not pre-ordering because you don't want to help the establishment or some weird conspiracy like that, then honestly it's not going to make a single difference whether or not you do. So it's probably worth stopping with these whole conspiracies because it really just isn't going to change anything. But like I said, if it's because you want to have bugs fixed or you're just not too sure on the gameplay side of things yet, then that is totally fair enough. If you have a look at Star Wars Jedi Survivor, that did have a pretty rough launch, especially in terms of performance. So some people have even waited over a year to actually buy the game and play it simply because it took that long for the performance issues to be fixed for most people. And if that's going to ruin the experience for you, then that's totally fair enough. I played Jedi Survivor on the PS5 and had a few frame drops during cutscenes and stuff like that. And it was a little bit jarring, but honestly it didn't really take me out of the experience too much, so that is absolutely fine. And it definitely gave me appreciation for people wanting to wait. But that is that side of things. Ultimately, it is up to you. Don't let anyone else sway your opinion on things. So if you want to pre-order it, by all means do it. If you don't want to, absolutely fair enough, don't do it. The choice is yours. But as for the different types of editions for this game, you've got 3 editions in total, which is the Standard, Gold and Ultimate. The Standard edition is the base game and also a pre-order bonus of 2 cosmetics, one for the speeder bike and one for the ship. And I think the physical copy for that is £60. However, digitally on the PlayStation Store for me it's £70. And then you have the Gold edition, which comes with the base game, the 2 pre-order bonuses, 3 days early access to the game as well, and a season pass. So the 3 days early access will mean that instead of having to wait to play the game on August 30th, you actually get it on Tuesday, August 27th, which is only a couple of days away now as of this video releasing. So that is very exciting. And then the season pass comes with a day one exclusive mission called Jabba's Gambit, which has no overall implications to the main story of the game. Let me just get that straight because I know a lot of people think it does, but it doesn't. You also then get the Kessel Runner Carrots Pack, which is the cosmetics for Kay and Nyx that go along with the pre-order bonuses for the Trailblazer and the Speeder. And then further on down the line, there are 2 DLC expansions. The first one is called Wildcard, which features Lando and some new cosmetic packs. And then the second one is called A Pirate's Fortune, and that is releasing in spring 2025. The first one is releasing in fall 2024, so probably around November time, I'd imagine. So that is the season pass. And on the Ubisoft store, that is £95. However, it's £105 on the PlayStation store. And then you have the Ultimate Edition, which comes with everything in the Gold Edition. So base game, pre-order bonuses, 3 days early access, season pass. But then it also comes with 2 additional sets of cosmetics with the Rogue Infiltrator bundle, which has cosmetics seemingly inspired by Rogue One kind of stuff. And then you have the Sabak Shark bundle, which comes with stuff inspired by Lando, which is very cool. And then finally you have the digital art book, which means you'll be able to see a ton of concept art and visuals from the game in the art book, which is something you'll be able to read in game. And the Ultimate Edition costs £115 on the Ubisoft store, but I believe it's £120 on the PlayStation store. So it's always a little bit more digitally on the PlayStation store, unfortunately. So out of which of the 3 I would recommend? For me personally, I'm obviously very excited for this game. I want to be playing it 3 days early, and of course I'll be getting the season pass regardless. So I am personally going to be getting the Gold gold edition for this game. Now you will be able to get the season pass separately as well, so if you just want to get the base game for now, because you want to make sure you actually enjoy the game before getting the DLC, or you're just not fussed about the DLC, or whatever, then the base game would absolutely make sense. Personally, I don't think the Ultimate Edition is worth it, because it's an extra £20 and all you get is 2 extra packs of cosmetics and the digital art book. The digital art book is going to be releasing physically next year, so that's why I don't personally think it's worth it. I love like the art book stuff, but because I want to get the physical copy, I'm not going to be getting the Ultimate Edition. And with this being a single player game, I'm honestly not overly fussed about the cosmetics, and I think you'll be able to buy them separately if you really wanted to anyway. So yeah, personally I'm going to be getting the gold edition. I think that's the one that's worth the most. There's been a lot of complaints about cost of the game and all that, but a lot of games back in the day, especially with the season pass model, would be £60 for the base game and then £40 for the season pass. So you'd ultimately be spending £100 anyway, and that's what you're doing for the gold edition of this game. So I'm not really sure where this whole complaint about prices is really coming from, because games are all priced around the same anyway. They have been for a long time, so it seems a little bit bizarre to me. But that is everything from me today, guys. Let me know what edition you're going to be getting for this game if you are pre-ordering, and if you're not, let me know why. I'm very curious as to see why that is. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars Outlaws content in the coming weeks. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.